Parents strongly cautioned. The following show may contain material that some parents may not find suitable for children. The following program may include, but not limited to, foul language, discussion of gore, dangly parts, exploding lolitas, tentacles, and a bevy of angry co-hosts who may want to disembowel each other. You have been warned. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Equinimation here on Radio is Magic Entertainment. It is time to get your week started right with some awesome anime reviews and maybe some death, destruction, dismemberment, all of the above that you can expect to find here.
I love anime.
I'm glad you do.
I love anime.
I'm glad you do. As we all do, as we all should. If you haven't figured it out yet, I am your host with the most, the man with Super Saiyan swagger, the one and only Pony Vegeta. And here with me right now is, he likes to do random poses naked in public, Spider Sex.
No.
And our resident Sentai hero who does similar things except he at least wears a headband, MangaMan.
Gotta have some form of censorship.
Yes, exactly. How are you two guys doing this fine Monday evening?
I'm doing great. I just had a burger and some fries, and I just finished a book, and I'm feeling good, and I've got a sword. I'm feeling good, and it feels good to feel good, you know?
Huh.
I'm tired from work.
I know.
Well, alright then.
I'll be tired from work very soon. I leave for work in a couple of hours, but you know what? We got time to do our thing. Our thing. Yes, that thing. The thing we do best. Today, everyone out there, hope you guys are looking forward to this because Equinimation's been gone for a month, so we took the time to look at something really long for this week. Tonight, we are reviewing Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion.
Oh man. This is probably like one of the more not controversial, but one of the more popular...
Hotly debated series.
Hotly debated, that's
There
a good
you
word.
go.
Hotly
That's-
debated
that-
series.
That's more recent.
Yes, some people hate it, some people love all of it, some people like the first season, and some people hate the second season, but it's one of those, it's pretty damn popular. It was pretty damn big a while back, like Death Note big, and then it just, yeah. But yeah.
And now it's been taken over by Attack on Titan.
Alright,
Okay.
Yeah. I have not watched any of Attack on Titan. This was actually my first time ever watching this series. I'd heard of it, but I never watched it until now.
Same here.
And God, things have been so hectic for me after BronyCon. I haven't even had a chance to finish this. I've got through the first season. That's all I could go through, but
good.
nonetheless, I mean, I watched it. I'm sure you guys did too. If not, oh well, bye guys! Nice having a show for you! But yes, so let's not waste any more time. Let's dive into Code Geass.
Or Code Geass.
Geass.
I would like to point out, Geass is actually a real thing.
Really?
Like, the term Geass, yes, it actually comes from Old Irish, or actually no, it comes from Irish Gaelic. It is sort of like a curse that whoever has like hears a certain thing or sees a certain thing needs to perform something. You know, the power the main character has. Basically, like, there's this one fable where some guy is cursed with 2 Geasses. One, he can't accept a meal from a woman, and 2, he can't eat the meat of a dog. And
Well,
this
those
old
are
lady
very
gives,
specific.
Yeah, I know. So this one lady gives him the meat from the dog, and his head explodes.
Wait. I thought one of them said that he couldn't accept a meal from a woman.
Yeah, he can't accept a meal from a woman, and the meal that the old woman gave him was the meat of a dog.
Wait, are we talking about mule as in the animal, or...
No, a meal.
Oh, a meal! Like
Meal,
dinner.
yes!
A sandwich.
Yes!
Oh, okay. Wow, that must suck.
Yeah,
And his head just explodes.
just explodes. It's right there.
Wow.
I gotta catch up on my Gaelic folklore.
Anyways,
Yeah, so, the plot summary for Code Large Bird. The Empire of Britannia has invaded Japan using giant robot weapons called Nightmare Frames. And Nightmare is spelled kind of cool because night is spelled like, knight in shining armor. And kinda
We
cool.
get it.
Right, anyway, Japan is now referred to as Area 11 and its people the 11s.
Whoa, that's really creative.
Yeah.
that's anime of the year every year.
Right. A Britannian who was living in Japan at the time, Lelouch, vowed to his Japanese friend Suzaku that he'd destroy Britannia. Years later, Lelouch is in high school, but regularly skips out of school to go play chess and gamble on himself. One day, he stumbles upon terrorists 11s who've stolen a military secret and is caught by a member of the Britannian task force sent after them, who is Suzaku. Well then, that escalated quickly. As the rest of the squad arrives, Suzaku is shot for disobeying orders, while the military secret, a young girl, gives Lelouch the power of Geass, which makes anyone obey any order. While Suzaku is secretly made the pilot of Britannian's brand new prototype nightmare, Lancelot.
He survives.
Yeah, spoiler alert, he survived being shot.
He's
He can't
totally
figure it out
okay.
yet. Lelouch,
Oh, nobody dies in anime.
they just don't come back.
Exactly.
Lelouch then becomes the Mask Zero to lead the rebellion to destroy Britannia once and for all.
Okay, let me get one thing right off the bat here before we go any further. Okay. When I heard that we were going to do Code Geass, I was a little at first because I thought I wasn't going to like it. Just based off of the character designs, it's like, oh,
Clamp actually did the character designs.
Yes, I know. Clamp loves its noodle people.
Noodle people.
So
They do look like noodles. Anyways, yes.
So, let me just get this right off the bat. I found I really, really like this series.
Oh, damn right you do.
But I only have one, besides the character designs, I only have one real major complaint about this series. Britannia is basically America.
Only with Britain in its name.
No, Britannia is actually America.
It is America! They show a map in the second season, they talk about the California base. So it's basically America. So let me ask this. Why make a fake name for one country, but don't do it for any others? Japan is called Japan. Germany is called Germany. China is called China. Why is America called Britannia?
Because
Pony Tree Mage.
What?
Because Pony Tree Mage. That's all you have. That's all we have to know.
There's actually an explanation for this. Sort of. Well, basically this sort of as you may have gathered, this sort of takes place on an alternate timeline, and I believe at some point Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth, one of those important chicks from British history, fled to America when it was like one of the still the 13 colonies, and sort of established it as its own nation at one point, and that's why it's called Britannia.
Okay, that's fine. I can get over that. But what I can't get over is how monstrously evil they portray Britannia.
They are. That's the biggest gripe of the series. They are not even pretending to treat the 11s like people. They're like, these are not people. These are dogs that need to be put down. At least Nazi Germany tried to say oh, invading you is all for the greater good and whatnot. Never mind about the concentration camps. And even friggin' real life colonials the British Empire, they didn't even do that. They didn't even give a fuck. They go out of their way to hurt these people.
I mean, I would have liked it if they would have gone for, Avatar Last Airbender, what they did with the Fire Nation, where it's yes, there are a lot of firebenders that are very evil or questionable loyalties, but there were also some that were generally good, and they weren't just main characters. They were civilians. They were soldiers that questioned the loyalty or the theology of the higher-ups. Whereas with Britannia, besides a few of the main characters and maybe some of the other side cast members, all the other soldiers blindly obey orders. We don't see any people saying man, this is fucked up.
Exactly.
I did, on that note, though, I loved, the guy who was heading Britannia. I loved his epic speeches.
Yes.
Because the whole time, even when the first time you see him say something, I'm thinking to myself, his entire speech may as well consist of him just repeating, "I am evil," over and over.
You know what really helps?
I am a dictator who can give two shits about any other country, and I want to expand the world of Britannia.
You know what really helps? He's voiced by Notori Wakimono.
Who is known for
being Notori Wakimono. You can't be serious right now, man. You can't be serious. You don't know who this guy is? He's got this big, booming, evil voice.
Obviously so.
I probably heard him in other series, but can you give me some more?
He played Oda Nobunaga in Sengoku Barasa. He played the giant yellow thing in that one episode of Azumanga Daioh. Hello, Ebrinyan! How are you? Fine, thank you.
I gotta watch more Azumanga Daioh.
He played that giant yellow thing.
Moving right along.
So that's my major gripe, is how monstrously evil they make Britannia.
Yeah. It's worth noting that the capital is actually based off of what is now Ottawa. So they're not. Yep. So they're not all evil.
Some of them are just part Canadian.
I also noticed that Britannia's whole motherland consists of both North and South America.
America.
Yeah, America. From my standpoint of view, yes, America can suck sometimes. The gas prices are too high, taxes are bullshit, and politics and the Hollywood scene is also bullshit. But damn it, I was born and raised, and I have still a shred of patriotic heart toward this.
Here in America, born and raised.
This place may be a shithole, but it's my shithole.
It's
exactly.
my shithole.
Indeed. I was kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I was the same way about this series. Because I even made comments here in our little Skype room for Equinimation that oh god, I'm 10 episodes into this, and I'm can this be over already? And it's slowly, because even I even talked to Spider about it. I'm oh god, the episode with that cat about drove me crazy.
You're glad you didn't see episode 5 of season 2. That, oh my goodness, it was
really? I saw that. I didn't really mind it that much.
Really?
It was just a repeat of what happened in the first season with the giant pizza, only slightly different.
Yeah, with C2 getting stuck in the potatoes.
And the tomatoes.
The tomatoes, damn it.
It's gotta shake it up.
Right. So, Maybe we should start providing some context here, so people aren't completely
Basically,
lost.
Lelouch Lamperouge, or that's his alias, is actually a disowned...
Lelouch Britannia.
Lelouch v Britannia. Yeah, it sounds very Latin. Anyways,
Italian.
basically he is an exiled, or he's not really self-imposed exiled.
He's a banished prince.
A banished prince. He was like 14th in line for the throne. And it's been a while since I've watched the first series, but supposedly his dad orchestrates
Okay, here, let me say
his mom's murder or something like that.
Basically, Lelouch has two goals within this entire series. His first goal is to find out who murdered his mother, which we don't find out in the first season since I watched all the first season and all the way up to episode 5. I really wanted to watch more, but it was 2 a.m. last night and I had to stop.
I didn't watch the entirety of this season. I watched up to episode 13 of season 2, and that was very stupid, but it was also kind of pivotal to the relationship between who was it? Shirley
and Lelouch?
Shirley and Lelouch, yes.
Oh boy, that gets brought up again.
Oh,
Yep.
dear Lord.
How many times has Shirley's memory been wiped?
At least twice by the end of the series.
Oh, Jesus. It's like,
Yup.
That's
first
another
time-
one of those things that just didn't really sit well with me throughout
Yep.
this series.
but
What?
what I like, it was like, yes, it was very wrong of Lelouch to do that, but we see the repercussions of this. We see that it really hurts him that he had to do that to Shirley, or that he did that to Shirley. In fact, that's one of the things that I really like about Lelouch, is that, yes, he does a lot of horrible things, but he reflects on it, and he really feels bad about doing some of these horrible things.
Yeah, in this up until the second season, where he basically goes, "You are just tools to be used by me."
Well, as far as I've seen of the second season, and again, I only watched up to 5 episodes, I didn't really see him, I don't know, maybe he goes more evil mode there, but from what I've seen, I like Lelouch.
He is a good character. He's
Yeah.
a very good character.
His second goal is to create a world for his little, poor, blind, crippled sister, Nunnally.
She is like the ultimate Whoopi. She's like little blind. She
Whoopi?
has a little voice like this, and she's blind, and she can't walk, and her brother loves him, and she just wants to peace and love, but the world is terrible and stuff. Like, yeah, she's the ultimate Whoopi.
Whoopi. That's the first I've heard of that.
It's a character you're supposed to feel, like, sorry for, but, like, you know, they don't let the world get them down, even though it constantly kicks them in the teeth, and they just keep on trucking. It's like that kind of character.
That can go, this new term, Whoopi.
Whoopi!
Whoopi characters, now that I have the term for it, it could go either one of two ways. One, the anime could do a good job in getting you attached to these characters. Or, two, they could make them so over the top and so overly, Whoopi, that you just get sick of them and wish for them to die. Though I think with Nunnally, they don't keep her in the spotlight all the time, so I think the anime did a good job in keeping her woobiness to a good level.
Yeah, definitely. What else?
They didn't overexpose her.
Yes, that's my thoughts exactly. That's a good way to... She does get a bigger part in the second season.
Yes, when she becomes the district general?
In the dub, it was Viceroy, so that's kind of like Prime Minister or something like that.
Yeah, I watched the sub.
Yeah. I liked the dub because that's when I originally watched it. The dub has Johnny Young Bosch as Lelouch.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
It is. He did the Black Ranger from Power Rangers.
Exactly.
Oh, he also did Ichigo, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, thinking about it, like, listening to Lelouch's voice, he was kind of like, "Watashi no."
He was very grandiose.
Yeah, very grandiose, very theatrical.
Yeah. From what I've seen in the dub, she in like the character originally, I think was supposed to be a bit more regal, or at least this sort of got lost in the dub. Was supposed to be a bit more regal and flashy. You could see when he dresses up as Zero, it looks very theatrical, just like giving his big speeches and his arm motions and whatnot. In the dub, however, he sounds much more cunning and chess master like. He's a bit more composed and cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. But
No. Should we just go through the characters then, since we
let's
are
go through the characters.
Yeah, that's a guys. I was about to suggest that. Let's hit on all on our characters. So let's go ahead. Let's start with our main character, Lelouch de Bretagne.
We talked a little bit about him. His geese is what I don't know if they gave it a proper term. I just kind of called it the Emperor gaze, where he is able to command a person to do anything as long as he is within eye contact of that person.
And that includes killing themselves and
Yes.
mass murder. But we'll get into that.
We'll get into that a little later. Is I see Chickadee's in the chat. Is she going to join us?
Hi, chickadee.
No, she was asking me to promote a little something for her show on Wednesday, which I will do before the show is done with. I'd like to get her on the show again at a much later time, but right now she's just a little bit too busy to
We
help
need
us
a
out.
female perspective.
Now, who else was there? There was Colin, who is
Oh yes, let's talk about Colin.
the ace of the Black Knights, which are like Zero's terrorist organization.
Is it Black or Dark Knights?
It was Black Knights in the dub.
It was Black Knights in the subs that I watched too.
Yeah.
I kind of like to think it's Dark Knights though, because it's like
I'm Batman.
I am Batman.
I am Zero Batman.
Yeah, she is the ace of the Black Knights, and she pilots a big red Gurren. They just call it the Gurren in the dub. A big red Gurren that... We should watch that at some point. That was a good series. But I digress. Should we go into this general backstory? It's not a big spoiler. And it's not touched upon.
Well, we already are talking about the series.
Yeah.
So
She is
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
She is half Britannian and half 11,
Japanese.
and
Damn it, say it in her proper name, Japanese.
Japanese.
Don't say her slave name.
Oh dear.
Yeah. She is half Japanese and half Britannian, and that was about it. And her biological mother is hopped up on this drug called Refrain, which sort of makes you relive your childhood memories or when the good times were.
That was a very good episode, I thought, when they went into Colin's backstory with her mother and whatnot. Now, remind me what happened with Colin's mother and her father. It was like her father...
Yeah, Colin's mother was a prostitute.
Yeah.
And, got pregnant. And father took said prostitute in as a maid after Colin's birth.
Yeah, and Colin sort of lives with them, and her stepmother is kind of a royal bitch. And
Not
Colin,
just not kind of. She has 20 seconds of screen time, and I hated her with a burning passion.
I hate this bitch.
I love it in the Bridge series. They make those two lesbian couple.
Wait,
It's like, hey, I need you to sign this release form for your mom and dad. My what? Your mom and dad. You say that word again. What, dad? Yes, what is this, dad? Oh my god, those two women. I'm sorry, I had no idea. What do you think? Of course they're my parents. Jeez. Wait, Colin, how are babies born? When a mommy and a mommy love each other very much. Oh my god, never mind, it all makes sense.
I should watch that. I was actually kind of thinking about making a Geass Abridged series at some point, but I don't really...
Code Ment is an amazing abridged series. It's funny, too, because I first watched that before watching the actual series, and it's nice to kind of see how the jokes came to be.
Indeed. Let's see here. What other character? There is C2.
Oh yeah. Let's go on to C2.
Yeah, she's kind of an important character.
She's pretty pivotal. She's
a witch, I tells ya! Burn her!
Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
Her introduction is kind of
Glamorous.
weird. She gets shot, and then she comes back to life. And in the first episode of the second season, she gets shot and comes back to life.
It was a
and then makes out with Lelouch and gives him the Geass.
It gives it back. Okay, we're going a little far. We're going a little too fast.
Right.
Let's talk about her character now.
She's just long green-haired chick.
She doesn't get a whole lot of screen time or anything until this, any backstory until the second season.
No, we get some backstory of her when the other Geass user appears who can read minds.
Yeah, that guy.
Learn about how, from what we can tell from the first season, that she's been living all these centuries. I watched the series, but I can't remember for the life of me. What does she want from Lelouch? What does she want him to do for the contract?
That was never determined. I just finished the first season today, an hour and a half before we went on air, and it still wasn't explained.
Yeah.
Maybe they explain it in the second season.
Probably. I only got up to episode 13. I should finish that, and I really should finish these series before I start talking about them, but
I know that we ran out of time, and I did want to watch the entire series. I just ran out of time.
Yeah, and they never even explain how she survived. She just says, "Oh, I'll tell you later," and then that's it.
Actually, she's actually closer to the Pope in the second season. It's revealed she's actually closer to the Pope, but I will get into that. But her role is sort of like Zero's second in command. She is
liaisons.
Liaisons, yeah, that would be a better word for it. She's really the only one who knows Lelouch's identity and assumes his identity when necessary for various contrived plots that Lelouch goes through.
Well, for C2, she goes through she helps out Lelouch to help. She's a mystery.
She really is. It's like they should have explained more about her in the first season instead of trying to leave it all for the second season.
They did get a little bit into her character. We see that she's had a rough past and can't really trust people as well as before because of what happened with Mao.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just talk about that then. What happened in the past is that she found this orphan boy, gave him a geese. Geese. What am I supposed to do with that? Eat it. But his geese becomes too powerful and he can't shut it off. So he constantly is hearing everybody speaking all at once, and she is able to help him by making them just focus on my voice, just focus on me, because Geass does not work on C2, but she cannot, in exchange, cannot use Geass herself.
Yes.
She can give it away, but she can't use it, and it doesn't affect her.
And when she gives it to someone, it's different for each person.
Yes, which I felt was kind of cool.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mao isn't all that important.
I was really disappointed with him.
I was too, honestly. I was
thinking, from watching the abridged series, I know, they play him up as being a major character, and then watching him in the series, they also played him up as being a major character. But he only has, 2 episodes.
It's see him, leading up to those episodes, you see him here and there, just walking, so okay, that guy's gonna be somebody big. Because he's gonna be one of the villains or something like that, and then he shows up and he's that guy really wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
He wasn't even that pivotal to the plot. I mean, he wasn't like the second Guyver from the Guyver series, where the second Guyver's death really resonated with our main character and set a fear in him. Well, we talked about that. Watch the previous podcast, people. It's good.
Skip the first 20 minutes though, where it's just me rambling on.
Well, you laid down the foundation of the plot.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Right. Anyway, so Yeah, Mal was... He was just not.
He was disappointed. Shirley!
Shirley! Actually, Mao does sort of play a part. This is sort of the critical point. Like, the stuff that happens in between, like, the stuff that happens between Lelouch and Shirley is sort of, like, it happens during Mao stuff.
Yeah,
and
Mao is directly responsible for Shirley's first brainwash.
Yep.
And, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Lelouch gets all the ladies.
He does.
He does.
Really does. Especially in the second season. Like, there's an entire episode in the second season dedicated to all of the girls at the Ashford Academy where they go to trying to shack up with him. Or something like to that effect, basically. Trying to become boyfriend and girlfriend while they all wear silly hats.
Well, then.
The second season got weird. Let's just focus on the first season. Let's ease into it.
Well, since we all watched the first season, might as well.
Yeah.
Since none of us finished the second season.
Yeah.
Next review, we're gonna talk about the second season of Code Geass.
One day, I'll actually finish what we intend to review.
What we intended to review. And
I swear it.
We had like what, a month of preparation. Well, with you, Vegeta, you were at a PonyCon, so you had an excuse.
Yeah.
I ruptured my spleen. I was
Well, put some duct tape on it. Put some duct tape on it.
Handyman's tools, duct tape. But yeah, let's talk about Shirley then. What did everyone think of Shirley?
I thought she was... I liked the relationship between her and Lelouch. I thought it was very sweet, and it was sort of one of the biggest focuses of drama in the series.
Also very one-sided.
It was very one-sided.
It's like, I love Lelouch.
I love you. Who are you again?
She was that...
No, it was like, yes, I love you too. Now I must plan my plot to take over Britannia.
I really didn't like her as a character because she's like one of those cookie cutter like girls that are always just afraid to open up about their feelings about the guy that they like.
And I know that does happen in real life, but when you see it over and over again in the series, it's like, here we go again.
Yep.
But for what it's worth, they did do a good job, and we do real feel for her when she gets her memory wiped because she discovers that Lelouch is Zero. Spoiler.
And that has... Wait, Lelouch is Zero?
This is news to me!
No. That's actually pretty critical. The fact that she's Zero, the fact that Lelouch is Zero is really important to her because Zero...
Killed her father.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
But we actually don't see him. It's just sort of assumed he dies in a mudslide.
He was a casualty of combat.
Lateral damage.
Yep.
Lateral damage. He was one of the... we never really see him throughout the entire series. That series just tells us that he died in that battle that Lelouch was hatching. But I think what the anime was more trying to show, not really to show the character's death, but really to show that Lelouch's actions, whether it be noble or not, does have consequences.
Exactly.
There are a lot of... what is the word? The word... no, the word for a death of civilians. Collateral?
Collateral is that's the only word I can think of.
Collateral damage.
Yeah, or civilian casualties.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
Casualty of war.
But yeah, and it's another layer of, tragedy for Lelouch that he now has this weight on his conscience, and we do see him thinking about this in other episodes, thinking like when he erases her memory, and then they go back to school, and Shirley, of course, acting like she's never seen before, even though all the other classmates know that at this time she and Lelouch are supposed to go out. So he makes up a lie saying that they got in an argument, and now she's playing this game. But, oh, man.
Yeah, it felt bad. It felt I felt for the man. I really did.
And it wasn't so much when he erased her memory. It wasn't so much that he was. It was part of it that he was trying to keep his identity a secret, but also partly that he wanted to kind of ease her suffering,
or try to protect her, really, because that would have been bad, getting caught up into like a terrorist organization, like the Black Knights, with a very blatantly evil empire occupying them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Suzaku.
Suzaku.
Suzaku is an pretty cool guy, and he doesn't afraid of anything.
He's a very White Knight character.
In a kind of literal sense, because the robot he gets is called the Lancelot. You guys get it? Because he's the knight. You get it, guys?
And it's white.
Oh, it can fly. It can fly.
Later, it can fly.
Actually, all the robots in the series could fly by the second season.
Well, by the end of the second season. But I'm just saying, in the first season, it took a little bit before they got the technology.
Yeah. That was a good development. I liked that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Anyways.
But Suzaku, he's not all white, though. He does have a bit of a stained past to him.
He is Japanese.
Well, yes, that is part of it, but I was talking more about... Spoiler alert.
His father was like the Japanese prime minister.
Yeah, he was the Japanese prime minister in charge of, I think, the army, or like Japan's defense.
And supposedly, when Britannia invaded Japan was trying to put up a fight, but supposedly his father committed suicide to end the bloodshed and just allow Britannia to take over.
Supposedly.
But
it turned out Suzaku killed him.
Yes.
When he was like 7 years old.
That's one thing that it really kind of stretched my... I'm bad with words tonight. Suspension of disbelief. It really stretched my suspension of disbelief in that a 7-year-old would be that dedicated to his country to kill his own father.
And it doesn't even really show the specifics. You just see a flashback with no sound of them arguing, and then suddenly you see Suzaku rush into his dad, and his dad falls over dead.
I like to think that Suzaku may not have intended to kill him, maybe to wound him, but he wasn't handling the blade right. He's only 7 years old, and might have accidentally killed his father. It's really up to debate on that, because Suzaku's like, he's trying to change Britannia from the inside. That's his main goal in the series. He's trying to make Japan better from being inside the Britannia system. So he'll be the loyal lapdog. He'll go on the kill missions just so long as he can gain the power needed to take back Japan and keep it safe.
Yeah, and he becomes the knight of one of the princesses. Princess Euphemia v. Britannia, and she has pink hair, and she's all cute and bubbly, and everyone loves her.
All right, let's talk about Euphemia.
Feels
okay. Okay. Euphemia and Suzaku develop a very... I felt it was a very charming relationship that they had. That they first start off with just running into each other. It's like, didn't know she was a princess at first, but then later on...
I didn't know you were royalty, ma'am.
It's like, what? You're a princess? And, but after a while, there was a point where she had to pick a knight, and she chose Suzaku. Despite everyone saying that you should pick a pure Britannia, not a filthy 11, but she's like, no, I want to choose Suzaku.
No, I want this one.
I want this one. He's cute.
That was pretty much the extent of that right there.
Well, I honestly felt that they had a good chemistry with each other. It wasn't, they could have spent more time with each other.
They could have, but then
Okay,
happened.
okay, let's go into this. Let's take this one step at a time. Okay. At one point in the story, Princess Euphemia, of her own free will, decides to establish a area called Nippon, where the Japanese can retake their name, the 11s can call themselves Japanese again, Britannians and Japanese can live together in this one special area. And she extends an invitation to Zero to help her accomplish this goal.
It was general just like a propaganda ploy. She was very big on, no, we need love and peace, and we need to assimilate these people into our culture and make them feel welcome and stuff. And that was
not really that,
not assimilation, but like she was big on love and peace. Like they wanted sort of.
She was a pure-hearted character.
Yeah, very to smooth over the tensions between the 11s and their conquerors.
Britannians.
Yes.
But the other thing too was that prior to this, she found out that Lelouch was Zero, and they're actually stepbrother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
So she was also thinking that if she does this, she'll also create a safe haven for Lelouch and Nunnally, and Lelouch will no longer have to, risk his life as Zero in doing these crusades against Britannia. But also at this time, the anime was hinting that Lelouch was starting to become like Mao in that he was starting to be unable to control his geese. There was one point where he was protecting an individual, I forget who it was, and from a Britannian, and he was saying like, why don't you just go unassumingly and die at your home? And his geese started to activate, but it was like, it's like, stop that.
Yeah, it was protecting. It was like right after the whole Nippon thing was announced, and some rich Britannian was beating an 11 for handing out flyers about Nippon. Some unnamed character.
Nippon.
And so what happens is that Lelouch and Euphemia, or Yuffie as she's cutely called, they talk to each other as brother and sister. Lelouch takes off his helmet and whatnot. It's like, at first Lelouch is a little bit, not sure if this is going to work, but he thinks that she has ulterior motives. But when she, says, no, I honestly want to try to make, a peaceful connection with the Japanese and the Britannians. And Lelouch honestly goes for it. He, accepts the deal. They were going to work together, but he decided that he had to, explain everything about himself, and so he told her that he also has the ability to control people with his geass. And she didn't believe himself. It's like, oh, please, you can't do something like that. It's like, sure, I can make people do whatever I want. I can
make people commit mass murder even if I wanted to. That sounds like a great idea.
Hold on. He was saying, I could make you do a headstand. I could make you eat something you didn't like. I could, I don't know, say, for example, make you kill all the Japanese. And just at that moment, his geese activates.
And then...
Oops.
And then...
All right. And then at first she tries to resist it. She really, really is trying. And this is the first time you see a person really resisting the power of the geese.
And it's just so far out of... That's because it was just so far begone from her nature.
So it was so detracted from her character that she was able to temporarily resist it. But again...
It's the will of the Emperor power. And this was totally out of left field. When I saw this, I was like, no! She goes out on the stage and says, everyone, can you please all die? And so it says it so earnestly and purely, and then she takes a gun that Lelouch gives her and...
YOLO!
Shut up. But this was the moment, this was episode 22, this was the moment where I really said, oh my god, I'm invested.
Yeah. Oh my god, what has just happened?
It had its moments for me up until then. We're like, oh wow, this is kind of but yeah, it's once it got towards the very end of the first season, I'm like, okay, it's starting to come together. And actually, I like where this is going now.
Is happening. Is happening.
And again, this is another one of those things where, you know, where you were talking about earlier, MangaMan. This one particular scene where it's like, oh, now she's gonna tell all the soldiers, hey, all these Japanese people here, just kill them.
I know.
And they just. And even at first, it seems like they don't do it. They're all just so confused by this complete change in character. They don't even do it at first. They're like, wait, what?
LOL, what?
And it's not until she shoots that bystander that all hell breaks loose. And then it's Lelouch. You didn't want to do it. You see the pain and heartache that he's going through because, unlike his other siblings, he honestly adored Euphemia. Like, she was very kind to Nunnally, and anyone who's kind to Nunnally is good in his book.
Actually, there was another one who liked Euphemia.
Oh, her sister.
Oh, that...
We kind of skipped over her. We skipped over a lot of stuff, actually.
We were getting to her.
I thought you were talking about the other chick that really, really liked her.
What was her name?
Oh, God.
Nina.
Nina, yes. Okay.
Let's not discuss her. Please.
Let me just do one thing about Nina. Okay, this is Nina in a nutshell. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh goodness.
Oh yes, you really want to thank Princess Euphemia for saving your life.
I really started squealing when she and Euphemia were in the room alone together. It's like, oh my God. Plush rug, fireplace, the mood is set. Oh boy.
And then nothing happens.
They going scissor? Oh no.
That we know of.
Dun dun dun.
It.
One hentai later.
That was what they couldn't release on normal TV.
Actually, I got it. They actually did show that, and they showed nipples on live TV late at night when this was running.
Are you talking about the hentai of this?
No. I'm talking about the actual show.
Oh yeah, there was nudity in the show.
There was nudity. There was boobies everywhere.
Wait, are you talking about Colin and C2?
Colin, C2, that one Britannian chick whose name I can't remember, with the gray hair.
Oh, Vivian?
Yeah, that's it.
Something like that.
Violetta, that was it.
Violetta.
Yeah. Her.
Violin.
Violetta. Why was she chocolate? Why?
Hey, what's wrong with little chocolate, man?
No, nothing's wrong with chocolate. I liked her. She was probably my favorite No, she wasn't. I'm lying.
I didn't like the way they reintroduced her to this, when she kind of disappeared for a while.
That was an interesting. Okay, let's talk about the villain.
Yeah, she is, for whatever reason, chocolate. And
think about it this way: she comes from Britannia, and Britannia is America, the second largest nation of black people.
Is it?
Actually, you know what? We've been going for about 45 minutes now. Let's take a short music break, and we'll come back and we'll discuss Violetta, something like that, you know.
And some of the other characters too.
Violin strings.
Yeah, violin strings.
Nina was so distraught when Euphemia was killed.
Oh God!
Oh goodness!
I thought she was that face. That face.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna link this. I'm gonna link this in the.
Link the image of her face.
Right. So yeah, all of you guys out there, listen to the music. Go take a minute to refuel your Valkyrie. All that good stuff.
Yes, refill your Valkyrie.
And we will be back in 8 minutes. I got a couple songs picked out. We got a special request for Discord, so I'm gonna play that. And I got a song by Archie picked out. A song that we can only play out here on Equinimation.
And do it to this image right here.
Oh dear.
All the images go to that one. Yep.
I think, okay, yeah, all of you, look at this picture. look at this picture while we play music. So
Or even better, this one.
Oh dear, I'm getting all the images. Just gonna save these to desktop.
And this one, if you can get away with it.
I think
Sorry, I surprisingly like Nina a lot because of all the things that she goes through. Okay, music break. Yeah.
Actually, the two images you sent me are the exact same one. Spider.
Music.
Yeah. So yes, music. Everyone enjoy the music. We'll be back.
You made me crazy. 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 What's my style? 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 What's my
Kill the silence, baseline.
You made me crazy. 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 You made me crazy.
Get the fuck out my face, yeah?
Let the bass kick.
You made me crazy. 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 You made me crazy.
And we are now back from our music break. The songs you heard in order were One More Cupcake by Archie and Discord Euro Chaos Mix by Eurobeat Brony. We are now back from our music break, and we're gonna go jump back into our review of Code Geass and talk about the chocolate chick.
Who are we talking about? Violetta, that was it.
Yeah, the chocolate chick whose name we can never get right.
Violetta Strings. Or something to that effect.
Yeah. Her.
Yeah.
So,
what about her?
well, she starts out as, she's not really Britannian royalty, but she's one of the purebloods. She's one of, like, the knights in the Britannian military, and then
I'm back!
Yay!
I got ribs.
Ooh, nice. I had ribs earlier.
I had a burger and I'm still full, but I kind of want a pizza, and I don't want a pizza because I'm gonna get fat.
I need to get fat. Anyways.
Yes, so now we're talking about her. And
Who?
violin, her name sounds like a musical instrument.
Violetta?
Yes.
We apologize if we are mispronouncing all these characters' names.
I don't apologize. I just do it. So
Just do it.
she's a pureblood Britannian. Hold yourself higher than, of course, all the Japanese 11s, whatever you want, pick your poison, whatever you want to call them.
She gets geased in like the second episode, and what else? She gets her memory erased somehow because she discovers Zero's identity.
At the same time,
Wait, you're kind of skipping over something.
Yeah. So what happens is, she and several other purebloods are just horribly disgraced and removed from their positions because one of their fellow purebloods is, Geass is used on him.
Orange.
Yeah,
Orange.
I forget his real name, but he's pretty much referred to as Orange from that point on.
And he is mortified by it ever since. He lost his position, he lost all of his dignity and grace as a noble Britannian, is pretty much stripped of his humanity the last time we see him in the first season.
In the second season, he doesn't really seem to give a fuck.
And it's like...
Zero, please die.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, but...
That guy.
Yeah,
And he lost his mind.
literally lost it. It's like went by, but he let it wander.
And the thing is, the whole orange thing, Zero just made it up on a whim. Because all he really needed to do was make people distrust him. In which it worked, but then he just forgot about him since then. And when they meet up, the guy's like, yeah, Zero, it's time for my revenge. Oh,
Orange.
Orange.
Oh, that guy. Hi, Orange.
Oh,
like,
you.
Could you do me a favor? Could you die?
And he has probably the weirdest machine in the whole series. Like, the most part, until the second season, they keep like the very special giant robots, giant robots like on the down low. There's only the Gurren, the Lancelot, and one that Lelouch steals from his brother, who we'll get to.
Oh, Clovis?
No.
That was Clovis? All right. Oh, what was his name?
Schneisel.
Oh, yeah.
Schneisel. How did they pronounce
Schneisel. Lionel. Oh, Schneisel.
How did they pronounce his name in the sub? I didn't get
Is he
it.
German?
There was another guy who had the name Bismarck or Odo or something like that. So maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
But he's Lelouch's brother, and he's next in line for the throne. Or no, he's second in line for the throne.
Who is the next in line? Okay, let's go over the lineup of royalty here to make everything clear here.
We still haven't even finished talking about what's-her-face. We just kind of shifted direction.
To Orange. Okay, what's there to talk about? She develops a relationship with one of the resistant members who was the former boss, Ogi, after she loses her memory, not to Lelouch, but from...
blunt force trauma.
Yeah, blunt force trauma of almost being shot to death.
Yeah, she's like shot in the stomach and she loses her memory. I don't know how this works, but...
I think she falls on rocks or something and hits her head.
Yeah, it looked like from the trail of blood, she was staggering, she missed her step, and she fell down into the rocks below.
Does that actually cause amnesia? That shouldn't really cause amnesia. That should cause...
You want to try it? You want to try it?
Not really.
Amnesia is a tricky thing because, like, on the one hand, you could call bullshit on it just for plot convenience, but on the other hand, not really much is known as to how a person acquires amnesia. Like, everyone just kind of thinks, oh, he did a big enough hit on the head, and boom, there go the memories.
Yeah.
Huh.
Thanks for the memories, even if they weren't so good.
And it really, like, in the first season, it really didn't seem to serve a whole lot of purpose. It just seemed like they were just doing it for the sake of doing it.
And
I think it was to kind of give Ogi a little bit more to do.
Ogi.
To develop his character.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he was reluctant at first to take on the position as head of the resistance. But he did it because he did it for his friend, who was the original resistance members and was also Colin's brother.
Yep.
Feels bad.
And he died.
What are we missing?
Rivel?
Oh,
Who?
Rivals?
Rivel.
Rivel,
He's not really a major important... He's one of those side characters. That...
the scientist.
Oh.
Lloyd!
Lloyd, my nigga.
What did Rakshata call him? Earl of the something?
He is the Earl of something.
It was like a food. It was something weird sounding. Earl of the Donut, I think it was. Something along those lines.
Earl of the Dingus or something like that. But that was his actual title. Let's see here. L-O-Y. Lloyd.
I didn't think I was going to like him.
I liked him. Lloyd Asplund.
Still not sure if I like him or not. He's kind of like a little... Oh, he's weird. Look how weird he is. Woo!
He was voiced by Liam O'Brien in the English dub, and I liked that a lot.
What has he done?
He's done Grimoire Vice from Nair. What's his face from Ergo Proxy? What else? He kind of sounds like this and is really weird and eccentric. You'd know him if you hear him.
Yeah, probably. I'm bad with names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I mean, I got favorites that I keep in the back of my head, both Japanese and English. Like, I love Tony Oliver. He's the voice actor for the first, well, not the first dub, but the most well-known Lupin the Third English dub.
Oh, I know that one. I know that guy.
Yes.
Let's see, what else? There's Lloyd, the Earl of something something.
The Earl of some kind of pastry.
He and another lady have...
Cecil.
Cecil. Have some, I don't know, rivalry? Or were they lovers?
Oh, no. I thought you were his assistant.
No.
The rivalry thing is Rakshata.
Rock shouter.
that-
Oh, rock shouter. Down, down. Whoa, rock shouter.
She's Indian. But she doesn't have a red dot, she has a purple one.
That's actually another religious thing that I know of. I believe it's Sikh, and the red dot is Hindu. At least I think.
So I know the whole red dot is a marriage thing. I didn't know there was any kind of other dots they'd have.
I'm learning so much today.
But yeah, she's Indian, and she's like a super genius, and she made the Nightmares float and stuff, and she hates Lloyd because they're like got a rivalry going. You see,
Okay, go on.
no, you go on.
No, you go on, because you know...
No, you go on.
I will say that one weapon she developed for the Gordon Mark II, that heat wave thing.
The claw?
Yeah, that's a pretty freaking awesome weapon. I love that thing.
They are always trying to one-up each other. Like, the Earl will... Lloyd will make, like, one advancement, and then, Rakshata. I love that name. Rakshata, bam, blam, gam.
But yeah,
and then she'll like recreate that same technology and then one up him with another advancement.
like he'll make the Lancelot fly, and she'll give the Gurren a bigger gun. That was a funny rivalry, even though they never really talked to like communicate
Directly.
Yeah, directly.
Maybe they have because it looks like they know each other.
Probably.
I don't know whether through title or through reputation or physically know each other.
Physically.
I just know that one weapon is awesome because the chick could just grab onto an enemy nightmare and make them superheat their mech to the point they would explode.
Could you imagine that boiling alive inside one of those things?
I remember hearing about this one horror scene from a movie where, like, literally there was a song playing Roller Coaster, like, Roller Coaster, my love, playing in the background. This is totally off topic. I don't know how far I should go into this. Anyways, and there's these two chicks trapped in a tanning booth, and you see them getting boiled alive. Their boobs are, like, bubbling and...
Final Destination?
Might be. All I remember hearing is that the song "Roller Coaster" was playing in the background.
It's funny that that's what you take from that scene. Oh, there's these two chicks boiling alive, but Roller Coaster was playing in the background.
Well, it seemed like a little a lot out of place because, like, I think like maybe like violins playing, like suspenseful music, like no. But Roller Coaster. All right.
Sort of like how the live-action Death Note ended in Danny, California.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Dreaming Californication and Death Note. Dreaming Californication and Death Note.
Is that seriously how it went?
No, but it should have.
But yes, yeah, that weapon was pretty freaking awesome.
Let's talk about the mechs.
Yeah, the mechs are all primarily humanoid in appearance, except they have a couple of unique things that I haven't seen before from other mechs and other anime.
They sort of don't walk. They wheel around, which is sort of how it would work IRL, probably. Like, they would like take steps for more gentle articulation, and for general fast movement, they would use the wheels. But I mean, this sort of thing really wouldn't be very applicable. IRL.
It just looks awesome.
It does. And what else do they have? They have, like, cables, which they can use to ascend places somehow.
They can
With
grapple.
a-
They can use them as weapons.
With that really super hardened piece of steel at the end that can hit things, which is what they used it for mostly. And
Yep.
that's like one of the things I haven't really seen before.
They actually had an entire giant robot revolving around that in the second season, piloted by a Chinese man.
Oh, I haven't gotten that far yet. Cool.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Hey, let's not get into stereotypes.
They actually sound like that in the second season, though. There's like a bunch
Yeah,
of
I noticed. I
and
noticed that,
eunuchs
like,
don't sound like that.
Even in the Japanese, they sound like that. Oh,
Oh.
you think you Zero? You want to do a little negotiation? I want to make a diplomacy with your nation.
They don't have any balls.
God, it's just like that one girl from Higurashi, Sakoto. It laughs like that.
That's actually a famous laugh that's been in a lot of animes. It's the classic laugh of a character posing with one hand on their hip, the other hand kind of posed.
Over their
Like-
mouth, they're like, oh.
Yeah, like over their mouth of that and going.
That's the one that stuck out most to me though when Sakoto did it in Higurashi. I don't know
That
why.
was Street Fighter.
I was
First
thinking more of Nagi from the Slayers OVAs, because when she's like a master of that. It's so annoying. No, more like.
I first heard it in Street Fighter Alpha from this one blonde chick, who I can't remember the name of.
There are a lot of blind chicks.
There are, but it wasn't Cammy. It was like a blonde schoolgirl, and it wasn't Sakura either.
Oh, right.
Yeah, her.
I know who to talk about.
Yeah.
But yes, the Chinese people in here sound like that. All the time.
Anyways. Maybe, how much time do we have?
We got about 15 minutes before.
Oh, really?
Okay, let us talk about what we thought about the first season of Code Geass. One at a time, go.
Okay.
You first. You first, Cheetah. Go on.
Me? Okay.
Yes, you.
As I said in the beginning, I didn't like it very much. I felt there was too much time skipping going on and not enough explanation for things, and then things seemed to be happening for the sake of happening, and not really to help further the story. Like the one particular episode I know I had mentioned to Spider, where Lelouch's identity as Zero was almost foiled because he accidentally left his briefcase with Zero's outfit in it slightly open, and a cat got in it and started running around the school with his helmet.
That cat is actually important in the second season.
Well, I haven't seen it all yet, so I can't say.
But
It's the cat Arthur. The cat's name is Arthur. Also has an attachment to Suzaku.
yes,
Get it? It's the Lancelot.
And
Yeah.
Arthur, get it?
Oh, there are more knights in the second season called
Yeah.
like the Gawain and
Yeah,
the Morgana,
Yeah, basically the Knights of the Round Table.
and they're called the Knights of the
Of
Round.
the round. Oh, get it? Oh.
But yeah, to me that series takes a little too long to really get going. You know, like up until it got towards the end, like the very end, like the last 6 or 7 episodes of season 1, I really wasn't that invested and really didn't want to watch this series anymore. Once it got to the point, I'm like, okay, now we're getting good. Now we're getting some real emotional investment. Now, okay, the fight now, one thing that was good from start to finish were the action scenes. Those were generally fairly well done and fairly enjoyable. So, those kind of kept me interested, but those can only hold my interest for so long. But once it really got towards the end of the first season, where characters actually started to die, characters started to get more emotionally invested, where crap was literally hitting the fan. And
Literally,
the
at some
worst
point.
yeah, literally, like you see feces everywhere. But yes,
I don't remember that.
Did you watch the OVA?
did you watch the deleted scenes?
There was actually an OVA called focusing on a different character, which I'll talk about later at some point. But do you have any more thoughts, Vegeta?
The first season ends on a cliffhanger.
Lelouch!
And
Suzaku!
And despite how kind of cheesy it was, I liked the way the first season ended. And despite not liking the majority of the first season, it makes me actually want to watch the second season.
Oh boy.
You know, whether I actually do or not remains to be seen. But yes,
I will. I'll finish it.
I'm definitely gonna finish it, even though the second season did get stupid. It's worth watching still, if you ask me. But is that it?
Your thoughts, Spider.
My thoughts. I really love this series from start to finish. At least for the first season, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't get enough to talk about the sociological and moral, dentological stuff that went on. That was actually really complex, and I don't think
Okay, do it now in 5 minutes.
What?
Talk about it in 5 minutes.
There was lots of sociological and moral ambiguity stuff. Lelouch is a very, very good character. All the characters were really well motivated and typically well done. They developed greatly. Suzaku, probably the most developed, honestly, by the end of the series. But
I thought Lelouch was the most developed.
well, Suzaku goes from like generally liking his friend to not wanting to stop him at all costs and seeing him
he did kind of kill his girlfriend.
Well, I mean, yes, but
It's like Fist of the North Star. Shin, I've come back from hell to kill you.
did that happen?
Well, that
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
that was
That
his
just
line.
happened. I just remembered. Let's see what else. I liked how it didn't put as much emphasis on the giant robots.
Yeah. It was like Gundam in that respect.
It throws that out the window in the second season, though. Everyone gets a special robot.
You get a mech. Oh, and then the other thing. You get a geese. You get a geese.
You get a geese.
You get a geese.
You get a geese.
Everyone gets a geese.
And everyone's wanting their giant mech geese throughout the air in the second season.
Oh, and there is this one character in the second season who's sort of Lelouch's kind of not brother.
Oh, I want to talk about him just for a second.
Just do it. Fucking.
I absolutely... I don't know why I like this, but I love how manipulative Lelouch can be at times. Because, like, this kid... spoiler alert, Lelouch's memory gets wiped at the end... Wait, Vegeta, did you want to know about this?
Again, whether I watched season 2 or not is kind of up in the air, so just talk about what you want to talk about.
Okay, Lelouch's father also has a geese.
No, he doesn't have one geese. He has two.
Well, I thought it was kind of like Mao, where both of his eyes were glowing. I didn't know there was like two different powers.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, I was like, okay, some people get one eye glowing and some get two. Or I don't know how that works yet.
That makes sense. Frollo has a geese, and his
His is pretty powerful. His is able not really to stop time, but he can freeze up all the nerves in a human body within a certain radius. He doesn't even have to be directly eye contact with the person. And he can
sort of, yeah,
he can make it seem like time has stopped to the person that it's happening to.
and he can sort of make them teleport. Now, it looks like he's teleporting, basically.
But in
And he
reality,
also gets a giant robot.
he's just blocking out all their senses for a few seconds.
Like that one character in Trigun.
Yeah,
Kinda.
that guy. I forget his name off the top
That
of my head.
girl.
Blue Summers?
Oh, yes, her. Yeah, I remember who you're talking about.
I gotta watch Trigon again. Anyways, so after Lelouch's memory gets wiped, they decide to monitor him because C2 has gone missing, and they
As
figure
opposed to killing him.
Yeah, as opposed to killing him, they're going to use him as bait to get C2 out into the open and capture her, which they almost do in several instances. And Rolo is assigned to be Lelouch's fake brother to kind of take the place of Nunnally. So that, I don't know how the Emperor did this, but he made all the school's memory of Nunnally get switched over to, no, it's not Nunnally, it's Rolo. Yeah, Rolo. Rolo. Anyways, after Lelouch, like, gets his memory back from C2, he is trying to, like, devise a plan to, like, find Nunnally and get rid of Rolo. And he comes up with this plan, this, again, I love how he can be manipulative at times. He fakes this almost assassination attempt on Rolo's life, where he uses his geese on a soldier to shoot at Rolo, but times it so that his mech, Zero's mech, gets in the way of the blast, protecting Rolo just before it hits him, and saying like, "But Rolo, we're brothers, you know?
Even though we're not.
Even though it was all fake, I still consider you a brother." And it's like that really like struck a chord with Rolo, because he's never had a family. He was pretty much bred as an assassin from birth. So he essentially gets Rolo to join his side through that action, and like his inner dialogue is like, I'm gonna make good work out of you, you fake bastard.
In the English, he was like, I'm gonna use you and throw you away like trash.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm gonna use you up and throw you away like trash.
I'll take you like a potato chip and eat you.
Okay, enough of the Batman voice.
That was light Yagami. What are you talking about, man?
Like Yagami as Batman.
Yeah.
I would watch that. I would totally watch that.
I am vengeance. I am the
night. I am Kira.
No. I am the light. Get it?
What?
See?
I see what you did there.
Sounds like
Seems
Goofy.
legit.
Sounds like Goofy a bit. Like his. No.
I can't do it.
Oh yeah, sorry. You were telling us what you thought about the first season, Spider.
Oh, I was pretty much done. I was pretty done. But I do have like a character comparison. Basically, a lot of people say that what's his face is pretty much a carbon copy of what's his face. Lelouch is pretty much a carbon copy of Kira, or Light Yagami, or vice versa. But Light Yagami is very, very different. Light Yagami is very strictly lawful evil, and at his worst, Lelouch is neutral evil. But he does regret his actions, unlike Kira.
Both of them are very manipulative characters and will use any and everyone around them to achieve their goals, even the people that love him, or in Akira's case, become a fangirl for.
Yeah.
But let's get into that another time. I need to talk about my thoughts on the first season. Honestly, as I said before, I didn't think I was going to like this series at first. But I guess for me, for whatever reason, really got invested pretty early on. I think it was about when Mao came about. And, like, you know, I said that Mao didn't really have that much of an impact, but when I think about it, he really did. He not only caused the events to happen where Shirley gets her memory erased once, but he also sent two events and showed the audience about Suzaku killing his own father.
Le gasp.
Yes.
Ooh.
So it was about at that point that I started to really, really like the series. It's surprisingly very well thought out. I even giggled a bit at the goofier moments, like the cat scene. It's like, damn it, I'm chasing pussy, but my head is stuck in the bush.
Well then.
There's what else? What else? There's some more stupid cat scenes in the second season. There are cat scenes aplenty.
There was a cat cosplay at the end of the first season.
There was. Oh, and
all right. Like, what are you guys doing? We're dressing up as cats.
Not that one. I mean, there was a cosplay as that one cat at the festival, off in the background.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh. There was what else? There is a thing for people going meow in this series. Just like as a one final note.
One thing I've noticed that in every anime, the president of any club or activity is legally insane.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Because I think about it, it's like, damn, we got a lot of quirky club organizers here.
Is that just a Japanese thing, or?
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's Japanese.
It might have been like it might have been something about like where there was one character that first started this trend, got really popular, and then everyone wanted to emulate that character.
Yeah, seems about right. Oh. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Stop it!
Sorry.
Right. So, any other thoughts, Manga
I
Man?
like this series. I'm gonna finish it even after this talk is done.
I'm gonna go watch it right now.
You do that.
I'll watch it with you.
Yeah. You gotta hold hands too.
Yes.
No, I
I've never
can't.
actually watched anime with anyone before.
You've
Never.
watched anime with another person before?
Never.
I actually do this thing every Sunday. Me and my little brother, we watch Fairy Tail and One Piece together.
Fairy Tail and One Piece. My girlfriend likes One Piece. Actually, no, I've watched anime with my girlfriend before. And
I like One Piece.
I like One Piece too. She really likes One Piece though.
Uh-huh.
Like it's her favorite series, but she's not like obsessive weird about it. She likes it though.
I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a straw hat.
Well, if you guys have no other thoughts to share on the series,
Honestly, if it weren't for the total monsterization of America, I mean Britannia, which is basically America.
I am evil.
I mean, they don't even try in the second season when one of the bases, it's called the California base. I mean, I had to pause the video at that point. So I was like, really? Really?
Yes.
You're not even trying. If we're gonna end it, let's just end it with the picture of Nina's face.
Oh, we didn't get to talk about Nina.
Right. Well, we don't really have time to talk about Nina. We're already going over. Like, I'm not even gonna force letters to Celestia tonight. I actually got to be going very shortly.
All right. We won't keep
just
you.
have the image of Nina up there on the screen. Just
That one specific image that you sent me.
the face one, not the other one.
Oh,
If you want to do the other one, that's fine. That's fine.
This is this. Yeah. So yeah, this is Nina. Everyone, say hi.
Finger off to you.
Yeah, she's got a thing for the princess. She didn't just want to thank her for saving her life, which
I want to thank you for saving my life.
I would like to say this is just purely fan art, but this is a legitimate scene from the show. That's all you get to see of it for now.
Where did you post it? Let me take a look here.
What, you're gonna open the live stream and look at this image?
Oh, never mind. Can you post it in the Skype chat? Because I want to see it.
I did.
Oh, you did?
He
Where?
sent it.
Yeah, I
Let me
sent
take
it.
a look here.
Right.
I didn't think I got
Anyway.
it because we were contacts, but never mind. Closing. Let's close.
Yes. Outro's playing, so
Bye. Have a beautiful night.
Sayonara.
hope you
Have a
guys kind of enjoyed this. We kind of rambled more than really anything today.
Yeah. I think it was because none of us really watched it all the way through.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't do like a proper Rin. I noticed he's good at analyzing these sorts of theories. He's a bit more analytical than both of us.
Barry, we need you.
Very well.
Hopefully we should have him back in 2 weeks from now when we don't have a review topic for our next show yet, but we will post it up on our Facebook and on our website whenever we have something. So
We'll figure that
That
out.
happens.
yeah.
Do you guys just want to review the second half of Code Geass?
I'd be cool with that.
Let's talk to Barry and see what he actually did and see if he ended up doing what we all did and only watched the first season. So let's see what he did. We'll talk to him and we'll get something going. So
Alright.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Whoa,
Sayonara.
Sonobata. Raid. I mean, MangaMan.
But, sayonara.
Sonobata.
I don't know what you're saying.
Sonobata.
Sonobata.
Farewell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sayonara is goodbye. Sonobata is farewell. Or the other way around. I've been playing Chivalry Medieval Warfare like throughout this whole thing.
I've been playing Shin Megami Tyson 4 before this.
I've been playing click things on my computer screen that keep popping up on Skype because I can't play games when I'm hosting.
No, you can't.
I love the faces in this series. I just typed in like
Noodle arms.
okay, I need to post this up on the Skype chat. Are we done? Is everyone not listening to this or